Hey, I'm back, and I'm still ghostly. Time to finish this case after that not really big letdown of a video, but still was just okay, I guess. Yeah. Not that there's super bad handling hot drinks is your only issue. Oh, same. Like, I have to sip it very, very lightly. Anyway, another possibility. This is not loud enough. I'll grant you the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano, and the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say that my scenario is perfectly probable as well? Miles Edgeworth, the perfect prosecutor, instead of the ace attorney. So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that either one of them didn't know their true relationship, right? You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter? That's right, as one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? Better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Another possibility.
Hold it!
I'm actually gonna wait for it to cool down a bit so I can grab the glass easier. Precisely, and what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter?
Not so fast!
I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing.
Hold it!
You think they knew? Does he know? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. Victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, it was no coincidence that one is a butler and one is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were in fact family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well.
Hold it!
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck at a stalemate. Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. You'd better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Do the two of them really knowingly commit this crime as father and daughter? For the FF14 thing at TGS, maybe it's okay there's no translator. They've actually made it to the third slide of the presentation already. These slides are already kind of painfully slow, really. See, telling me anything from it's going to be pointless to me because I'm still at I'm only at Heaven's Ward.
Hold it!
Why'd I press? I already pressed. Lance Amano's girlfriend, one of the kidnappers, separated from her real father, Deacon. Murder victim, a felon, was separated from his daughter, Lauren Pops. Why is her last name different? Oh my god, FF14 is actually getting a proper tutorial early on for stuff like stack markers. Oh, really? Wow. Learning that firsthand was kind of frustrating. Two of them are father and daughter. Isn't... Maybe it has to do with the last name?
Objection!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this piece of evidence, you'd see there's a very big flaw in your logic. Flaw? You sure it's not your eyes that are flawed? Talk to me again when you could see straight. Ugh. Maybe this wasn't the right piece of evidence I was looking for after all. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape.
Hold it!
Why did I...
Hold it!
Let me see here. No coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Mana. Well, their names were different.
Objection! Knuckle back!
Damn it. Lang Z says, confidence is like a soul, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on the words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Ugh. People can lecture you about your self-confidence like that. I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence, just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts.
Objection!
Wasn't right either. You're back. Every time you say you get back, net goes wonky. Were you here during the Ace Attorney video, or were you gone during that? I don't know! I mean...
Objection!
I mean, I understand the line of logic here. She doesn't recognize his face after 10 years, and her last name was different. So he wouldn't remember her, or he wouldn't think that was her. But, like, where do I prove that?
Hold it!
Logic? Not in the middle of a cross-examination, no.
Hold it! Objection!
The problem is just like... the wing and the Pegasus. Yeah, I know.
Objection!
At this point, I'm just trying to find the two things that are connected. What was the save made? 222. Oh, literally made seconds ago. The problem is they didn't know each other. And I can't find a way to prove that here. Like, I need to find a piece of evidence to prove it, and it's not working.
Objection!
Can't present profiles in this game, so that doesn't work.
Objection!
I don't know. No, I'm not trying to prove... I'm trying to prove that Deacon and Pops did not know each other. Lang is claiming that they knew each other. Ooh, I had a cough there. Make good use of their meeting to plan this little kidnapping. I don't know.
Hold it!
I already examined the wing pendant.
Objection!
See, this is the problem. Like, when the answer's obvious, but you can't figure out where specifically you're supposed to present it. Like, this...
Objection!
Every game's like this, though.
Objection!
Wasn't any of those... Oh, excuse me. Closely? I already examined it closely. I saw Lauren D's name on the back of it. Lauren D's nuts is his name. I don't know. I'm kind of lost here. No, I'm gonna manually save just in case. Maybe it's the costume. Wait. No, I feel like I'm trying to jump ahead there. That might not be it. No coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Romano. Sam and Deacon's that you can't. It's just a picture. It's just or it's just a description of that. What if the costume is because is the costume because their faces are covered? Yeah, but the problem here is that I don't think we're on that line of logic. We're trying to figure out that they didn't know each other. We'll make good use of their meeting with this little kid. I'm going to say the scenario is perfectly probable. They're not talking about they're talking about how they knew each other. I don't fucking get this one.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Two of them knowingly commit the crime. Damn it! Alright. I'm actually lost here, I don't know. It's impossible that they both knew that fact. It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Mono. It sucks because, like, it's one of those situations where you know the answer, but the game just isn't, like, the game's looking for a very specific, like, point, and it's hard to figure it out. United House of Amano. So they make good use of their meeting to plan this little kidnapping. Yeah? I tried that one, it didn't work.
Objection!
Wasn't it? Alright, we've entered true Ace Attorney mode here.
Objection! Objection!
Let's keep presenting. We find what works. Fuck. Why am I so stupid? We're father and daughter, but isn't it possible? Yeah, take that. Nope, take that. Nope, take that. Nope. Guilty. Load save. Take that. I just don't know what he wants me to show him at what specific point. Edgeworth could easily make the words that I'm thinking in his brain at any time, but he is not doing it. It's the, It's the pot from Case 1-5 all over again. Fuck. I wanted to get this done so I could, like, go eat. I haven't eaten dinner yet. To plan this little kidnapping. Okay. There's no coincidence the reunited pair became involved in the House of Mono. Why? Possible they both knew this fact. No, it's not. Because Lauren Pops' name is not Lauren D.
Objection!
Lauren D's nuts!
Objection! Objection!
Don't let me do with the costumes.
Objection! Knuckle back!
Okay. It's there to punish you for trying to present the wrong piece of evidence. I'm actually stumped. Like, what the fuck do they want me to present here to move this forward? I've played this game and I don't remember it. Time for Google. Oh, I don't want to cheat. Go to the scene where they mistake Lauren D's name. No, but they don't make a statement like that anywhere here. Just going in circles. Isn't it possible they both knew that fact? No. Examine the winged pendant. I have already. See a check mark. This is the conversation about K. Faraday and M.E. And Colin Devery is engraved here. I really admire people who carve their own names into a pendant. Oh, and why would that be? You have no imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you ever think that maybe people want to have their loved ones always nearby? It's not as if I have a wedding band, and I have no interest in accessorizing. I suppose. Anyway, you know what? More than wearing flashy accessories, I'd rather be engraving my name into every treasure I could find around the world. Sound of affection is one thing, but blatant vandalizing is just a bit different. It's the victim's pendant, which is shaped like a horse. It's got a real dignified look on its face. Makes it worth all the more. Oh no, Mr. Edgeworth! What? Did you find an important piece of evidence? This is made of platinum silver. It makes this thing super valuable. I've seen this type of jewelry a lot at stores before, so I know it when I see it. Okay, if you ever laid so much as a finger on those pieces of jewelry. What, me? I'd never do something like that. It's possible she's never wanted to steal from a jewelry store before? Now that got me fuck all nothing. When you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you?
Objection!
Dead body? Why wouldn't the wing fit the horse? It did. It did fit the horse. Also, they weren't a couple. They were father and daughter. Oh, man. Alright. I'm actually getting frustrated in an Ace Attorney game. It's not good. One I've beaten before, which is to say all of them.
Objection!
Oh my god.
Objection!
Damn it! Thought that might be it, because like, oh, well, the gun was ripped from the costume, so... Maybe that was thought up on the fly, so it wasn't planned. I don't feel smart. Maybe I need to make my head a little more capable of holding brain. Here we go. It's big brain time. Calm down, dude. Karma, I'm gonna ban you for like 20 years. And then I'm gonna reduce that sentence by like 19 years and 11 months. Ooh.
Hold it!
SMRT, yep, SME. I am so smart. SMRT. Would you say the scenario is perfectly probable as well? No. There's something that goes against it. What is it? Costume? Missing gun? No, it's not the pendants. No, 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 no. 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 No.
Objection!
No.
Objection!
Letter? No, it's not the letter.
Objection! Not the back!
Is this bugged? Is there no answer here?
Objection!
I don't know how many more lines of logic I can follow here. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. Is it possible they both knew that fact?
Hold it!
Hot Dr. Pepper is very good. I enjoy it. I enjoy. They're acting like they had to pretend.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
No coincidence. Okay, maybe it's something here.
Objection!
Damn it!
Not the back!
Cracked case. Wow, I enjoy. Yep. There you go. You got it. Whenever I say I enjoy, I'm referencing the pre-cracked egg thing with the kid with the very long neck. I enjoy. Huevo, yep. Ah, man, fuck this.
Objection!
Your driver's license picture looks like that kid, really? With the long neck? Copy that. Not that kid, the other kid.
Objection!
Dude, I'm just gonna start throwing the kitchen sink at you until you fucking let me in here, bro. It's over. Any actual gameplay has gone out the window at this point.
Objection!
I took a photo this year for my passport, and it looks terrible. My face looks so wide. I mean, you know, I'm one to speak right now, but it looks so weird. Ooh, that was a loud burp. Okay. It was no coincidence the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. You don't say. Their meetings. Wait.
Objection!
Fuck. It's gotta be the dossier, right? It's gotta be. That's the only thing I could think it could be.
Objection!
I'm just not presenting it on the right thing.
Objection! Objection! Not so fast!
No, it's not. It's not the dossier. It's absolutely not the dossier. It's gotta be something else. Here, the two of them are father and daughter.
Objection!
Yeah, no, it's not the dossier. I've presented on every statement now. What test are we on? We're on the one with trying to figure out how they didn't know that they were father and daughter. And I've tried so many presentations here, and it's just not working. Nothing, you get nothing from pressing. Isn't it possible they both knew that fact? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have no fucking clue what this one is supposed to be. Like, I'm actually stumped. Of what obscure line of logic they want me to follow here. You know, if I could present profiles like in every other game, maybe that would be quicker. But no, you gotta find a piece of evidence that somehow links to this subliminally, subtly. Examine the letter. The letter is... Okay, the letter is this? Fucking... Okay. This is for Lance Amano. Something in the back. You can't turn this around. Different letter? What are you talking about? None of the letters have anything on the back. There are no letters here. Very tired. Just have some leftover dinner from earlier. Gonna head to bed. Alright. Thank you for stopping by, EV2. I need to eat dinner after I finish this case, if I finish it tonight, because I think I might have to stop soon now. I'm just not making any progress. Oh my god, I've been doing this for 30 minutes now and we haven't made any progress at all. I just realized I'm still in the same cross-examination I started on. Oh wait, no I'm not. I'm one ahead. Never mind. No more DP. There we go. No freaking clue what I'm supposed to do. Don't forget what else you can present besides evidence. Nothing. Not in this game. cannot present profiles in this game. Present the letter to any of Lang's statements, the one that isn't the love letter. No, there's no letter that isn't a love letter, though. There's no letter. There's only one letter.
Objection!
Oh, that wasn't right. What Maggie taught that man? Pressing? I've already pressed everything. I pressed everything multiple times at this point. There's no extra statements in this one.
Hold it! Not so fast! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Just say it. That's the thingy the guard gave you. That's the letter. That's not needed now. Don't worry about that. What am I not considering here? Maybe it is needed? I mean, it's gonna be needed, just not now. Look at the thingy, there's a name. Yeah, no. Karma, that has... Okay, this has nothing to do... This has nothing to do with the other two people. Lance and Viola are two different people. We're focusing on Deacon and Lauren. Don't know, brain is melted. Yeah, I don't know. You can present profiles. No, you cannot. Yeah, no, you can't. I'm pressing X. You can't present them. Look, it even shows you in the corner. See, look behind my head. It says X present, but if I go to profiles, it's not there. That's not the thing the guard gave me. Yes, it was. Wait, no. Ah, my chair's sinking. Colin Devery Dawson. No, he gave me this, which I presented on every statement now, and it's wrong. Two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wait, okay. I think I know. Because he specifically says the two of them. But as we've seen in the other room just a minute ago, well, like an hour ago now, over an hour ago now, there were at least 3 kidnappers, so... Ripped from Bad Badger costume, wait. Stole 3 costumes. So they couldn't have planned it on their own, right? So that's the contradiction. It's gotta be.
Objection!
Got it. Fucking got it. God damn it. a completely different line of logic. Wow, they really wanted you to dig for that one. God damn. The kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. 3?! 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding tables that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. My favorite knockoff Blue Man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who? Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Am I supposed to know this? See, now I can't present evidence. It was old bag, clearly. Alright, well, logically, putting this together, Blue Man group, no pink girls allowed, yeah, exactly. Alright, logically, I think I know this one. Logically, if Lauren Pops was talked into it, and Oliver Deacon was talked into it, well, who do they both know? Lance Amano. Lance kidnapped himself. I've seen this plot used in stories before, so...
Take that!
That seems like the most logical... Yeah. Lance Amano? Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is a direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people. Oh, he's kind of getting covered by me here. To get Daddy's money, probably, yeah. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah, yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then, too. Lance, would you mind telling us about what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Lance's testimony. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Yeah. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. Push it real good. ... I was kidnapped yesterday morning. I don't know what kind of voice to give this guy. He looks like a real weenie. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they had left me alone. Made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Boy, does that bring back memories of our situation and how we managed to make our escape. Indeed, and although the door in front of our room led to an underground room, the door on the floor of our room led to an underground room. It says room twice there, it's really weird. The door on the floor of the room next door had a secret passageway. Secret passageway under a theme park? Ooh, that just sounds like so much fun. Wonder, is there something off about the way Lance made his escape? I spilled spot remover on my dog. Now I can't see him. The way he made his escape. Made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could.
Hold it!
Wanted to get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape, and for our escape to be equally as hard. It's an invaluable piece of testimony. Mustn't let it go unexamined. The door leading outside the passage was locked tight, so I had to use the underground passageway. You are a liar.
Objection!
You said the door leading out was locked, but was it really? Nice, first off, why did they take those off of him? Second of all, you see how easily they slip off of his arms. They're not even, like, tightened. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that, a sword? Not especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Now we just start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. That door looks like it would open inwards, though, which means that the door would probably just not open, and the door would just swing open. Probably not, though. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why'd you not just simply remove the sword and escape? Why didn't I... Was I disoriented? I was disoriented. Yeah, that's right, I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Not so fast!
You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. What would that be? A motive. What else? Do you honestly think that an uptight, pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
Alright, Karma, now we're gonna probably use the thing that you want us to use. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime.
Take that!
The love letter. To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. In fact, it's a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boys accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh? Alright, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted to do was go to Newtown. Whoa, buddy. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. Wanted us to be well off with that 1 million, but now, our dream is over. Oh, Lance. Then you are giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Ollie and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekins saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me from behind pretty hard. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with $1 million, and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Lolly, then it really was you. This animation of him, like, peeking. I'm peeking. I'm peeking. That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life. Think the big picture's finally coming into focus, don't you? Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think I would turn into something so frightening. If only If only I could have protected you. So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was. If what she says is true, are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Chain of memories.
Hold it!
Please calm down and let's slowly talk through this. But, all you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me? Alright, so at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase, blah blah blah. Know this already. That was the ransom money, wasn't it? Yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It was all thanks to what Lance told me. What did he tell you? Well, he called me on my cell phone. And told me that Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and run off with the ransom money, and about how he had a gun.
Hold it!
Something ain't adding up here. Were you able to clearly see the gun? Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? You don't think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true, my father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Palps, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. That badger pointed the gun in his left hand at me, aiming to shoot me dead. Colin Deveray, dominant hand, right.
Objection!
Easy peasy. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed. Then, the person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Isn't it possible it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? And again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. Bad Badger pulling the suitcase. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Palps? Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. He had those huge sunglasses on his face. But if that's the case, even I could see there's a huge contradiction here. Yes, Miss Palps claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. It wasn't the Bad Badger. Both hands were not occupied. Both are correct. Horrible luck, there's a power outage? Really? That sucks. Is the weather bad over there, Karma? What's the weather generally like down there? Does it get rainy often? Out on the islands? It wasn't the Bad Badger. Head! The head was missing. It wasn't actually the Bad Badger. Miss Pops, what you saw was not the Bad Badger. Think back and recall which character it was that leveled a gun at you. But it was wearing a pair of sunglasses, and it had to be that, and it had that strange blue beard. It sums up the Bad Badger pretty well, I'd say. Too bad for you, but it looks like the Bad Badger was in the mistake here. What? Oh, I thought maybe the heads were just switched. Both hands were not occupied. Holding a gun in his right hand as he pulls the suitcase with the same hand. Isn't it possible for the right-handed person to do both things simultaneously? Your deduction is full of one too many conjectures, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Okay, neither of those were right. Got a lot of bad weather. Got it. Okay. They are both correct. Impossible. That just leaves us an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pops' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proves that there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both of his hands.
Take that!
costumes have two parts to them, a head and the body. Oh, I get it now. The head Miss Pop saw was probably really the head of the Mad Badger. However, it's possible the body was that of an entirely different badger. A different badger? Yes, so to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. The body of the bad badger Miss Pop saw was a bit.
Take that!
What the heck is it? It's the proto-badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume. We can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is of the wrong color, which could have been incredibly obvious. All that's left is the proto-badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the proto-badger costume? That would be Lance.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the bad badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon? On top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while he was wearing that hideous thing? The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have done all that, huh? There's but one reason. Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? No! That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed. But what does that have to do with anything? Depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand.
Not so fast!
Ha! Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto-Badger's bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
Of course, logically, if he'd been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure that he wouldn't be hit by the bullet.
Take that!
We found one half of a bad badger costume in the hideout. A broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the bad badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where's the gun you use now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Although I believe that we could safely assume that it was the model gun in question.
Not so fast!
I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove that I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend that you're right and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! Knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. She saw the victim in the state of being restrained. What Miss Pops saw. Came back to the hideout after the other two, long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in that room, in the room next door. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's late. I'm losing my ability to my head is deflating right now. Damn. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you, right? After the two of you left, right? Thought it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. Planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. Looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at that time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up on stage. Time to put the pool toy away. I actually bought... You know how I have all those inflatable tails? I actually bought a replacement for the Dragon one. Because the Dragon one I had from them is the old model version. And it doesn't hold air. It, like, loses, like, a quarter of the air in it. Like, after, like, 10 minutes or so. I want to give it to someone. Like, if someone wants it. But I don't know how I would do a giveaway for that thing. Stop drinking the deflation potion. I don't have anything to represent that here, unfortunately. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pops saw the victim with his own eyes. Pops? 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 Which means that the victim was still alive at that time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. Like the eye like zooms in.
Hold it!
How did Lance look at the time? He looked shocked. He also looked a little down. When I saw sadness in his eyes, Thank you, that's enough for now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like?
Hold it!
You're sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? Lance said that it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul. And are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure that just had to be Mr. Deacon. So she saw a bad badger head. He had to have had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure it was Mr. Deacon. I mean, we have a spare one right here.
Objection!
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you saw was actually this person. Miles Edgeworth. Kay and I were in that room, so... Or Kay and Miles were in that room. So these aren't actually jokey answers, but it's probably... The person you saw tied up to the beam was none other than Lance. Oh wait, no. Actually, it is Edgeworth, probably. I just realized that as I picked it. Fuck! But Lance was in the room who showed me tied up to the person in the next room. Blah, blah, blah. But Lance was the one who showed me the tied up person in the next room. You're claiming that boy somehow showed himself tied up to the beam? Oh, you're claiming the boy somehow showed himself tied up to the... God, we need to get this over with. Are you serious, or perhaps you believe there was a rip in space-time continuum? Ugh. Who was it that was tied up to that beam? Ah, I see. Now I know who it was. It was me. Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth? I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me after I'd handed over the ransom? It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was all to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we could assume that the victim was already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with a bad badger's head on, and then made your costume to escape together, or so you pretended. Huh? What do you mean he pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword, he then escaped via the passageway.
Not so fast!
Shoot, I'm leaking out. Get the patches, yeah. Brain is leaking out. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming from Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and a subsequent detainment? All that could have happened while you were out cold. And that's right, you were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to the beam. I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth. You see? It would seem you can't prove a thing. Ugh. Who said that? Oh, hold it. Hold it! Please wait. Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy, it looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good for you to cause trouble for others. Dad? Let's see, you're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son's been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh? Do you now? Is that what I think it is? The bad badger's costume the victim was wearing. And a gun! Couldn't wait around for the police, so I went around these myself. It appears they were disposed of in the sea. Ah, is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? There now. Agent Lang, please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Romano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is? The person who wields the highest authority in this area. Oh, there. Now. There's no time. What? There's no need to be upset. I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Now. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything, it's just a request. Only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. Can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. It doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. I already got the results back. At a special forensic research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the tests. They verified that the blood in this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren. What? You disappoint me, Miles. Can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you have no reason to push my poor boy around. That's it? These are the case-making pieces of evidence. I'll be the judge of that. Won't rest until I've done everything that I usually do here. What's this? Looks like there's something inside the costume's head. Hey, that sparkle. I bet they're really valuable. Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they in here? Mirror fragments found inside the victim's costume. Why were they there? This bullet hole. Looks like it's kind of burnt around the edges. Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is the most important fact. Why is that? Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Or at the time of the shooting, gunpowder burn is proof that he was shot from point-blank range. Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Used to kill Deacon, was originally stolen from the guard by victim. Was originally stolen from guard by victim during escape. Blech. Well, are these not the most definitive piece of evidence you've ever seen? They found Miss Pops' fingerprints on this gun. Can you let me hold it for a sec? I shouldn't if you don't know how to handle it. Besides, Mrs. Pops' prints are on it. Look, I'm wearing gloves. It'll be okay. I just want to take a look, that's all. Not like I'm going to run off with it. The only things I don't return are treasures. Stealing either one would land you in jail, you know. Number one rule of gun safety. If the gun doesn't fire, always look it directly into the barrel to see if you could figure out what went wrong. Doesn't appear there's anything else to examine here. Thank you, Dad. There should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Decisive evidence. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do, however. I still have a case to solve and a job to do. A job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Edgeworth, my boy.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensics techniques money can buy performed. Find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Perhaps I should wait and see how this pans out first.
Hold it!
You sure are calm for someone who's accusing his own girlfriend of murder. You have it all wrong, allowing her to pay the price as a form of love. She says that she also wants to pay back her debt to society, but...
Hold it!
And why do you believe that the victim was so set on taking Miss Pops' life? I suppose it's because he wanted to silence her, to keep her quiet because she knows the truth behind the kidnapping. In that case, why did he not target you as well? That's because he knew that if he killed me, he wouldn't be able to control my father. Oh, right you are. Even if it cost me millions, I would have had the killer found. I believe he didn't kill you for an entirely different reason. However, I digress. Look, more than why he didn't kill me, I'm more worried about what'll happen to Lolly.
Hold it!
Justified self-defense. I suppose it's a possibility given the circumstances. Really? Oh, thank goodness. However, self-defense was not necessary in this case. What do you mean? Miss Pops is innocent. She didn't do anything, so why would she need to defend herself from nothing? You still don't believe a word I say, do you? This entire argument hinges on the fact that her fingerprints are on the gun. However, the truth does not lie there. It lies in whatever he's hiding from me, but not for long.
Hold it!
Frankly, I don't believe that Mrs. Pops' print should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Mrs. Pops' print should not be on that gun is... costumes, but like...
Take that!
This piece of evidence, there's no reason for her to have left prints at all. Which piece is that? Look here, this is what I speak of. Your logic is so hard to follow that you should have provided a map. Ugh. Even if she did it, there's something specific that makes it impossible to leave prints. It's the costume. Man, that one testimony really fucked me up. Oh, we're in ladder already, okay.
Hold it!
Blue Badger, Lauren Pops, Proto Badger, Lance Amano, Oliver Deacon, Bad Badger.
Take that!
Okay. It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon, because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh? But there's been no mistake. We found the fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Ah, yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. Tab was low on battery, so you just switched to a laptop. Karma, I'm getting paper-like, not the brand paper-like, but a paper-like screen protector for my Samsung tablet. So I might have a better way of drawing on it soon, because it'll have texture. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house. That's that club they really wanted to go to. They wanted to go to Aqua more than Haunted House, but Haunted House was open. And it had openings for them. My therapist told me about it. Not therapist, it was Heart Doctor. Watch, I think you should leave. It's a good show. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That's when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. Ugh. You understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. I have a texture one, but no, nah, you would hate it. Paper-like is for the iPad specifically, but I got one from, I think it's like Screens, V Screens or something? Via Screens. Specifically fitted for the tablet I have, so I'm gonna try it out, see how it works with the S Pen. Apparently, my friend has the exact same tablet and bought, like, similar covers, and he said it works very well. And he's a very good artist, so I trust his opinion. You still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Oh, Lance. What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's why you're wrong. I have the evidence. Like Arby's, I have the meats. But it's evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed a victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves the real murder was not committed in the stadium at all. I think I know what it is. It's the mirror shards.
Take that!
This piece of evidence proves the real crime scene is not in fact the stadium. Wait, what? That wasn't it. Mr. Prosecutor, I have to rate that piece of logic on a 0 out of 10. 0? At least a 6.8 out of 10. Look, we all know you're just chasing your delusions, so let's stop wasting time, alright? You want to suspect me, Mr. Edgeworth, but you haven't got a single shred of evidence. Oh, no. I'll take the game over here. I thought it was the mirror shards. I say we let the courts resolve the rest. A few days later, Lance was acquitted of all charges due to lack of evidence. Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity. So yeah, as Ephraim mentioned at the very beginning of this game, there are a lot of custom game overs, depending on how far you are in a case. Oh wow, it actually just restarts you from that same one with full health. There is no penalty for getting a game over. I have no idea now. I thought it was the mirror shards. Why were they there in the first place? I thought they were from the mirror in the hideout. Wait, maybe the mirror was moved there from the haunted house. But that would mean, I guess I'd have to present this.
Take that!
Just your luck to have a power outage when batteries like low. Well, hopefully the power comes back soon. This piece of evidence proof. Nope, that wasn't it either. Damn. More time of shooting. It's all wet. Well, the shards were found in there, so that might be it. There we go. Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then I believe you'll see why I insisted he was not shot at the stadium. This is the part of the costume that proves it.
Take that!
Glass. If you look at this area, all will become clear. This area, do you really think that sort of vague statement's gonna fly? You saw right through me. God damn it! How come all my initial deductions are wrong? It's gotta be the bullet hole then, right?
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. Ah, so then you mean the murders Miss Oldbag saw at the stadium was really... Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were just before I was imprisoned was... I've got it. I know where the real scene of the murder is. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Yes, and I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves the real scene of the crime was the haunted house? Now it's the glass shards.
Take that!
These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? And what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's usually pretty dangerous. However, there's one place I could think of where there's a plethora of mirror fragments. And that's inside the haunted house. It's great for kids. They love rolling around in the mirror shards. Lance Amato, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. I win this game of Clue. After that, you stole the Blue Badgermobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badgermobile was stolen confirms this as fact. Miles, my boy, say no more! I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that.
Not so fast!
Be quiet! Yes, please, do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you! I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. See? Isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so that probability is very low. Probability? Lang Z says, on Truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. Question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have the definitive proof you need? Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See? Says you don't have any. Shut up. I don't have any evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house, besides myself, were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted, but you're not to touch a single thing, got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is the truth be brought to light. Doesn't matter who or how it's done, as long as it is. Sheena! I'm here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. I'll look at the Gatewater Group's approval. Who was that? Now. Let's hold on for a second. There's no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano? Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? Sheena! It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed? Read it, aloud. Gatewater Land Incorporated hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full cash. What? Oh, as you could see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. Are you kidding? When did you... I ran into the owner of the park earlier and made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you could prepare $1 million in a blink of an eye. That $1 million you paid, don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, free of liability, exactly. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are, so if you'd please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What's there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. Oh my god. Okay, there's another whole segment of this case left. I cannot go any longer here. I have to eat dinner and go to bed. I thought that was the end of it, but I guess not. Oh, hey, back in time for another stream and a head off. Oh, sorry, Izzy. You're back from your TTRPG session? How was it? It was pretty short. How long was that? Like 2 hours? That wasn't that long. I'm used to doing TTRPG sessions that last like 6+ hours. 146. So about 2 hours. Technical difficulties getting in the way. Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but I gotta stop. I want... Plus your GM is terribly busy all the time. Oof. That's generally how it works. Oh man, I'm sorry, but yeah, I gotta stop because it's 3:40 and I still have to make and eat dinner before I go to bed. So I want to do that. As much as I'd love to finish this case, I don't think it's gonna be done in 20 minutes. Would have been 3 hours ish at the longest either way. All right. Thank you for coming earlier, though. I appreciate it, and thank you for coming by again. I always appreciate you being here, even when you're busy. So that's gonna be it for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night with Zelda. Probably early-ish, but not really. This upcoming week, expect just Zelda and just Ace Attorney. I'm gonna put my mana on hold for this week. Gonna see if I can maybe get investigations done by the end of this week, and then next week, the week after, we'll focus on Zelda and mana, and we'll just switch off until we finish it. Because I really need to make progress here. Like I'm not getting as far as I need to be in these streams with all the days I've skipped. So thank you so much for coming. If you want to watch more streamers, stick around. I'm gonna go ahead and give Teffy and Argentum is streaming Minecraft. Sure, why not? They're cool. They did a commission of me as young Tulin that one time. It's cute. All right, thank you so much for coming. Have a great night, everyone. Sorry that one cross-examination took absolutely forever. And yeah, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. As soon as I unghost myself here. There we go. Take care.